Toronto is a city on the rise. Over the past few decades, a skyscraper boom has transformed its skyline, making it one of the most impressive in the world. In this video, we'll explore the newest projects and construction progress on some of the most iconic towers in the city. Due to the fast-growing population of Toronto and the GTA overall, the city is facing a housing crisis. In response, developers continue to build higher and higher, building larger and taller towers to accommodate the ever-growing population. Let's talk about the future skyscrapers set to change the skyline of Toronto. 1200 Bay Street. If approved, 1200 Bay Street would stand at a height of 324 meters, with 87 floors. The 87-story mixed-use skyscraper is proposed to be built in the city's Yorkville area. It will replace a 16-story building built in the 1960s. The skyscraper will have a skinny form, similar to some skyscrapers in New York City. The footprint of the building has a width-to-length ratio of 1:3. So its skinny form can only be viewed from the north and the south. The first 16 floors of the tower will be retail space and offices. The remaining floors above that are mostly for residential use, including 332 condominium units. The top 3 floors will have a restaurant and a sky lounge. Sky Tower. At 312 meters, this tower will have 95 floors, with the first 7 floors are retail space. Right above that is a 12-story hotel, and the residential floors begin on the 13th floor, and a penthouse suite will top off the tower. Sky Tower is part of a luxury condo development called Pinnacle One Yonge, which is composed of a trio of high-rise residential towers. The towers are under development in the waterfront area of downtown Toronto, and just about a kilometer away from CN Tower. The body of the tower will be enclosed by a crystal-like glass silhouette with faceted exoskeleton. This design will make it to become one of the most distinctive skyscrapers in the skyline of Toronto. The construction started in 2020, and is scheduled to be completed in late 2024. It will become the tallest building in the city by that time. 212 King Street West. Proposed in December 2020, the skyscraper of this project will be built closely adjacent to 3 heritage buildings on King Street West, which were built in early 20th century. The skyscraper is proposed to be a height of 310 meters and have 79 floors. Parts of the skyscraper will cantilever over the historic buildings, making them appear like the base of the tower. The skyscraper will feature 588 rental units, 660,000 square feet of office space, and over 10,000 square feet of retail space. The One. Also known as 1 Bloor Street West, the One is a super tall tower under construction at the intersection of Bloor Street and Yonge Street, in Yorkville neighborhood. The construction of the tower began in 2017, and with current progress it's expected to be completed in 2023 or 2024. The tower will stand 309 meters and become the first super tall skyscraper in Canada. It will overtake the title of Canada's tallest building from First Canadian Place, which has been holding that title since 1976. The tower will be a mixed-use building. Lower floors will be occupied by a hotel with 160 guest rooms, and all the floors above are residential floors, containing 416 condos. In January 2021, the developer submitted a request for an increase on the planned height. If it's approved by the City of Toronto, the One will be bumped to 338 meters, taller than any other planned skyscraper in Canada. 260 King Street West, West Tower. Also known as Mervish Gary West Tower, is a super tall tower planned to be built on King Street West, as a part of a development of 2-tower residential building complex called Mervish plus Gary. The 2 towers are respectively to be built on the west and east side of Ed Mervish Way. The east tower is shorter at 267 meters. As its name suggests, the project is the result of a joint venture between the Canadian-born American architect Frank Gehry and the local developer David Mervish, whose family owns the site of the planned project. David Mervish first announced the project in 2012. The original plan included 3 towers. It was then changed to 2 towers in 2014, and was approved in 2017. However, after the heights of the towers were modified several times, the latest planned height for the West Tower is 308 meters. Both towers are composed of boxes that are stacked on top of each other, and each box is slightly rotated from the one below. The facade will be covered in reflective metal panels, similar to Frank Gehry's 8 Spruce Street in New York City. Commerce Court 3. In 2017, a 64-story skyscraper was proposed by the Quadrio Property Group to replace 2 low-rise buildings of Commerce Court, a 4-building office complex in the financial district. The original design of the skyscraper was inspired by the Ping An Finance Center in Shenzhen, as seen from the facade patterns. The proposal was approved in June 2019. 8. YSL Residences. Height, 299 meters. Floor count, 85 floors. Current status, approved. Estimated year built, 2026. Architect, Cohn Peterson Fox. Architects Alliance. Developer, Concord ADEX. YSL Residences is a residential skyscraper under development on Yonge Street. YSL is the acronym for Yonge Street Living. The project was first proposed in 2017 with a planned height of 343 meters, but in 2018 the city's planning department rejected the plan. Then the height was scaled down to 299 meters, only 1 meter shy of becoming a super tall, and still taller than First Canadian Place, the current tallest building in the city. However, it's unlikely it will overtake that title from First Canadian Place, as the nearby the one has started construction for a while. The construction on this tower has not started yet, though the demolition for the existing building has completed, leaving the facade remaining on the site. The facade is preserved to wrap the base of the skyscraper, like that of the Hearst Tower in New York City. The construction will possibly start in late 2022, and is scheduled to complete in 2026. 19 Bloor Street West. Developers Reserve Properties and Westdale Properties have jointly proposed a massive addition to the Mink Mile at 15 to 19 Bloor Street West, the site of a recently departed H&M location and an adjacent Scotiabank branch. The new application was submitted to city planners in early March, detailing an ambitious plan to construct a skyscraping tower stretching almost 302 meters into the skyline with a design from architects IBI Group. The proposed building would contain just over 270 square meters of ground floor retail space, maintaining the strip of classy commercial spaces along Bloor Street West. Above, a total of 1,262 condominium units are planned in a breakdown of 84 studios, 653 one-bedrooms, 459 two-bedrooms, and 126 three-bedroom units. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more videos about the world's most amazing cities and their construction projects.